Hello everyone. I've seen a lot of people use language analogy for bebop, for jazz soloing, which I agree. You can play a beautiful solo, but if you wanna augment it with added chords, that's a blurry area. I mean, I've seen people talk about block chord progressions, block chord soloing like West does, but there's another popular usage to that. Using chords as a punctuation, like adding it at the end of a phrase, okay? Unless you keep playing all the time and there's no space. And that doesn't sound very good. Jim Hall once said, Miles plays silence the best, playing silence and what to leave out. And well, that actually attracted the attention of John Coltrane, and he asked him, how do you leave space? And he was struggling with it. And Miles obviously answered with a Miles kind of answer and said, take the blah blah horn out of your mouth once in a while. So physically, if he takes the horn out, he won't be able to play. So that's a nice Miles kind of jokish kind of statement, but it is true, it works. If you're a horn player and if you want to leave space once in a while, it doesn't hurt to take the horn out of your mouth. For guitar players, you can just drop your hand, listen to the rhythm section. But why is this important? Why leaving space and, ending a solo defensively? Why is it important? Because you're giving the audience a reference point. Once they're locked into your soloing, all they hear are lines, and after a while, for somebody who's not a musician, and that's what we think our most audiences is, right? When somebody is not a musician and is locked into your solo, well, if there's no space and it sounds like a guy talking with run-on sentences all the time, it sounds like a deep noise, like you're in a restaurant, people are talking, you don't understand any of them, it becomes repetitive and it sounds like a deep noise and you lose attention. That's not what we want. From the musician standpoint, when you play a phrase and you end and then you stop for a bar and a half, sometimes 2-3 bars, depending on the tempo, you hear the rhythm section going, you hear the bass going, you hear the drummers going, if you have a piano player, you hear what he is doing, and you hear the groove going, and then that gives you ideas, new ideas. Otherwise, you can just turn on the metronome and adjust it to click on 2 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then play with the metronome, right? But it's not the same if you have interaction. To have interaction, you have to hear what other people might have to say inside the band. And you play a line, you listen to the rhythm section, it gives you new ideas. Once you're in the zone and you're concentrated, you hear the band more, okay? All right, let's pause our explanation here. I want to play a very, very simple example, okay? What I mean by using the chords as punctuation. Here you go. The ending could be a bit different. The ending could be syncopated, or da ba ba, some other kind of phrasing. Well, let's hear another example suggesting that. As you can see, using chords as punctuation helps you a lot to strengthen your points. You may be wondering, if you're just watching this video and you haven't seen anything I've done yet, where to find those chords, right? Actually, it's the top notes that counts, okay? That makes the melody, ending of the melody, okay? And you have to add notes to it. And for that, I think I've recorded a video a few weeks back about melodizing the chord progression, how to create melodies with chords. I mean, even though a very small part of this is used at the end for punctuation, it will help you how to melodize the chords. Okay, and here's the link. Check it out. See what you think. Let's hear another example. All right, so these are all so far 2-bar phrases, and then here's another example. Now that we know how to use this, we had enough examples of it. Let's see how to use it on a longer phrase, like a 4-bar phrase. But there's another thing you can do. Once you go into 4-bar long phrases, you can use chords not only at the end, but in between too. Just a comma here or a dash there, whatever, like beat there, or strengthening this phrase, going into that kind of thing, okay? Here's what I mean by that. So these are the examples that I wanted to present in this lesson, but I want to say a couple more things about how to practice these, okay? You should always, I keep telling this in my each video, you should always practice improvising by doing it. Practice improvising by improvising, okay? Every time I practice something new, I remember I used to have the habit of overdoing it, almost like, hey, check out my new thing kind of thing, okay? You overdo it. But it's okay. You overdo it and then you realize you're doing it everywhere and then you cut down on it. But then you have a new skill, okay? And it's all it is. I mean, improvising and soloing is just a set of skills you keep adding one by one, and you keep filling your bag. And once you have a bag full of skills, then you keep using all of them, and then after a while you learn how to use them to transfer the meaning of your feelings. It would be a good translation of feelings into music, and that's what we're hoping for, okay? And then you start to do that beautifully, and then you really drive a whole audience through your feelings. And if you do that beautifully, everyone's gonna like it. And once they like it, you're gonna feel the energy. I mean, music, I always defend this. Sometimes people disagree with me. Music is best when enjoyed together with the audience. You get the energy from the audience, okay? And then once you get that, you're bound to play better the next tune. You're bound to supersede yourself. You go above your skills. That's why playing live is great. You play better than you play long. And that's something to strive for. So, as far as using the chords as punctuation, we came to the end of our video of this week, and you guys have a great week. See you next week.